I want to talk about being at Mount Sac, bro, because low key, like, so 2 years ago, maybe three, it may be 3 years ago, I was with Ron Kamaka, Coach Kamaka, who used to coach at Mount Sac, and he was paraplegic, like he was paralyzed from the waist down, and his hands were a bit paralyzed too, from I believe a surfing accident. But he was a coach at Mount Sac for I think over like 20 years, and he coached at Fullerton before then. And I remember I was uh at Mount Sac Invite like 3 years ago, like when it first like the stadium was first getting done and everything, and was like sitting kind of up in the stands, like looking at everything because I just wanted to see how it was at the top. And then Kamaka, he was all like, "Man, like," I was like, "Do you like? How do you like it? Like this is with the whole stadium and stuff." He's like, said, "This is awesome. Like what I really dream of is one day to have like a grandstand at the finish line for Mount Sac, for like people can see the entire course. Because if you are high up, like on the parking structure, you can see everything from switchbacks to reservoir to poop out, even if like the trees are cut down and not as many brush and stuff." So then fast forwarding 2 years, and Kamaka passed away from COVID during 2020 and everything. So yeah, that was all the way back in like that was a long time ago, bro. But since that time, like I've seen like his vision like fully come together being at the Mount Sac Invite this past week. And if people who don't know the Mount Sac Invite, that's the world's largest cross country meet for years to come. It's California's most historic cross country meet, one of the most
The
challenging hills
meat.
and everything. Yeah, it's the meet for since 1948. So like in its 76th year to have it be changed and now it's on a big screen, finishing on the track, like it really is like Kamaka's vision going into full circle. So like that was just like crazy, bro. Kind of crazy.
No, yeah, it's cool when you see it from that perspective. Because for me, I'm just like, they took out poop out. That's crazy. How are you going to take out literally poop out? Might be just off of the name. If the hill is called Poop Out,
Oh yeah.
like it's
When
the
you
most
first
legendary hill.
when I was coaching at Norco, and when you would tell a kid like, oh, and then there's you go up switchbacks to poop out, they would always like they'll give you a second look, like, wait, what are you talking poop out? Like that's the hill? Like it's provocative, bro. It gets people going. Like that's the type of hill it is. You feel me?
Yeah, so it's just kind of like it's cool to see Mount Sac over the years how much the stadium has improved and to see that vision come to life. But it also is one of those things where it's so historic that if you
Yeah.
change like one little thing, you know, there's gonna be a group of people, the trackhead type people that are gonna be like, come on now.
Yeah.
How you gonna
Yeah.
you gonna change the course? Like, how you gonna change the course? But hey, Mount Sac has improved. The
No.
stadium is amazing. I didn't even think about that. You can see everything up. There's like a grandstands type of area. I didn't even think about that. And now they have the big screen where people can watch from and everything. They got to practice a warm up, a real warm up area.
Bro, there's
It's
no cross country course like that. Like it's
yeah,
like completely. And I've seen people because I think HD runners they posted a thing, and then people from other states are all like, "Man, they're really just running on street and dirt like this, and they're finishing on the track. That's not a real cross country course." But like they didn't put it in like the video of like the hills. Like you still have switchbacks. Like switchbacks is still that's an 800-meter hill. 400 meters going up back and forth basically, and that's steep. And reservoir going straight up, I want to say it's almost 400. It's like 300 meters, like going up and it plateaus and then goes up again. Like those hills are still challenging. The course is still like pretty hard. They didn't run super fast. They ran, I think fast time was 14:40 for 3 miles. And most people were running like 15 lows or like, yeah. So like it's gonna, yeah, it's pretty cool though. It's a pretty cool atmosphere. Pretty cool atmosphere. Yeah.
yeah, man. The kids aren't gonna know though that poop out is just
Mhm.
retired as legend. If you ran it, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah. We'll see though. Maybe for the foot, I wonder what they're gonna do for Foot Locker for the regional meet. They may because that's to be 5K. So
Mm.
they may throw in poop out in there somehow, just depending where they do the start line and stuff. So I don't know if they officially did the CIF course, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. It's cool to see things develop, and it's cool that we have that badge of honor of running poop out. But Mount Sac, dope stadium. I hope people had fun racing it this past weekend. It was cool to watch. It was cool to watch. But let's go. I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Possible, always with the brother of the same mother, Aaron Potts, Super Hot Potts, and you're watching and listening to your favorite two black runners every single
Two black, two stay. Yes, sir. We are back.
Come on.
And
It's race
we
week.
are not too far away from the New York City Marathon. Definitely going to get into that. Made an announcement about running for culture, what we're going to be doing with the live panel.
Let's go.
Super excited. About to be a super busy week for us in the Big Apple. Go Dodgers. I'm going to be talking my mess. We
Yeah, I was
up,
about to
we
say,
up
are you
right
about to wear that
now.
hat out there, bro?
I'm ready, bro. What's up? What's up with it? Dodgers, let's get it. You know, I just started watching baseball right now in the World Series, but what's up? We repping out there. So
Yeah, I'm about to bring my Dodger hat too, and I'm just gonna cap. I'm gonna have to.
exactly, bro. Come on, we gonna have to step. We gonna have to step. You know what I'm saying? What can really LA is up right now. Kendrick set the tone. Like City is back up. We outside. Lakers 3-0 right now. You know what I'm saying? We gonna man, crazy.
The Chargers won today. The Rams won on Thursday.
It's crazy, bro. But
USC beat Rutgers. That's not an accomplishment. Bro.
yeah, I've seen that too. Before we get everything into New York, I do want to talk about LA with you. I just thought about this because Joshua, I don't know how much you could speak on this. Earlier this week, Joshua was also at the Grand Slam Racers Summit.
Yeah.
So we got a dude. He had an inside look of the media day and the production and the behind the scenes. It looks very well, but let the people know, like, what was it like? What were your thoughts on that? John, shout out John. John was with Joshua down there for that.
Yeah, bro. It was dope. Went to the Grand Slam track Racers Summit last Wednesday. Was there for day one. Shoot, traffic was horrible, bro. That's first. That's the first part. Traffic. It was Aaron. It was bad, bro. It was bad. It took us almost 3 hours to get there. You feel me?
Man.
It was supposed to be a 7:30 call time. Arrived late. I apologize again. I apologize, but it was cool though. We were there before like we actually had to like interview and everything. So it was honestly chill. But shoot, traffic was crazy, bro. Oh my gosh. And then when we had to leave, it was 3 hours to get home. Like Santa Monica is not that far from us. Like it's really not.
Crazy.
LA is not that far, but just when you in the work traffic, like it's horrible. It's horrible. But besides all that, bro, it was dope. Like honestly, like Grand Slam track, they're doing something that everyone in the track world says they never seen before. And that's a compliment within itself. Like every agents that I was able to talk to there, athletes able to talk to there, they're like, I've never seen anything like this before done for track and field. So right there and then and there, like, shoot, I'm just happy to be a part of this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just happy to be here. I'm really just happy to be here and to be a part of such an amazing an event and the launch of this, like my intention was always when I started doing running reports, it's like, man, I want running to be mainstream. It's always been out trying to make running mainstream, treat running like it's mainstream. So to be part of something in some small way where they're trying to make running mainstream, like I couldn't ask for a better gig to talk to Luis Grijalva, Grant Fisher, Akira Nugent, Masai Russell, Jasmine Camacho Quinn, Kenny Benderrick, like Sidney McLaughlin, Levrone, like all those people. Like it was dope. It was dope.
It looked amazing. It looked so to have a strong staple of like those athletes you just listed off, to have all of those athletes there in attendance, taking interviews with T. Shout
Yeah.
out to Real Talk for what she's doing with Spill the Tea. To be able to have them available ahead of time, to have those conversations, to be able to get these intros in. It's like giving us a preview of what the in-person product is going to be.
Yeah,
And
and it's gonna be professional. Like all
yeah,
of it is gonna be like legit. This isn't saying like, oh, it's professional with air quotes. This isn't saying, oh, it's amateur. This isn't saying we're gonna try and look professional. Nah, this is it's legit. It's legit. Like there's legit people from different companies coming that's worked for the NHL, NBA, NFL, and all these other sports to make track and field feel like these other sports. And it was dope to see T there. We honestly should have got a picture, but then yeah, we should have got a picture.
it's busy.
But just to see like from as far as she has come, but then for us to be there too, to seeing how far we've come, to like still be in intertwined into like into running media in such a way to be invited to such an event. It's um in the midst of it, I don't think you really realize like how big that is to be invited to that. And some of my content will be coming out. I don't know when, to be exact. It'll be as a surprise to y'all. To y'all, it'll
Yeah,
be as just
bro.
as much a surprise. So
You
whenever
a
it drops,
part you a part of a brand new professional sports league, you know? You have contributed
yeah,
to the elevation of the sport enough to where you needed to be there and be a part of it. So that's huge. That's huge that that door is open for us to step through, that people trust us to be in those spaces. But yeah, I'll always say it. I'm always rooting for T and the Real Talk platform. I'm always rooting for Chris and Sidious. Always rooting for what they're doing at Grand Slam, Michael Johnson, because they are trying to push the sport forward.
oh no
You
doubt,
know, and like I don't know what the product's gonna be or what it's gonna look like, but like you said, it's something that's never been seen before, and it's just like it's necessary to push the sport forward. Because I'm hoping this is gonna pan out and be
yeah,
that thing that makes us mainstream. But even if it isn't as successful as we want it to be for the first year, like this is just like the first step. This is like the first step. And there's been many things set before. I just really feel like it started in 2020 when track meets were shut down and people were getting creative. But
yeah.
Michael Johnson been working on this. He came on our podcast and told us that he was cooking up something, and I like
Yeah.
what I see so far, man. So I'm excited.
Yeah, but we'll get to talk about this a little bit more because this messed up my training, and I want to talk about training and everything, just outlook, and talk about man our expectations going into 20 going into the marathon. That's less than a week away when people are listening to this now. But hey, let's get on the topic. Two black runners are doing a fireside chat at the New York City Marathon Expo Friday, November 1st, 7 p.m. at the Citizen Stage at the Marathon Expo. It's going to be fire. It's going to be amazing. In the description, you can check it out right now. There's a full list of people that are attending the Marathon Expo that are doing panels. You'll see us Friday, November 1st on the Citizen Stage at 7 p.m. It's called a fireside chat, but the real ones and you all the real ones listening to the pod, the real ones, we're titling it Running for Culture, our first Running for Culture event, a Two Black Runners podcast featuring Black leaders in New York City running. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be controversial. It's going to be hard hitting. It's going to be provocative. It's going to be passionate. It's going to be Black. This is going to be something you don't want to miss if you're in the New York City area. It's free to anyone that wants to attend. If you're part of these run crews, come out, like check it out. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. And I think there's really going to be thoughtful discussion where you're going to be walking away and looking at run crews differently, where you're going to be inspired to just how you look at things differently just entirely in the world, where your curiosity on running will like expand and start looking at things in a different lens, because these people are really they're really tapped in, you know. So your curiosity of just the way you look at running brands, at training, at just the culture and how that intersect with running goes, will really be changed in a whole different light.
Yeah, and also, I think I would love for this is going to be, of course, like something that's inspirational, aspirational for anyone that's coming to listen. But I think it's a great opportunity to learn, and it's an opportunity for us to provide a platform for these crew captains or leaders to really dive into their history. And if for a lot of people that don't know, New York is one of the like the mecca for running clubs and crews. New York Road Runners was really one of the first run clubs ever formed in the nation, and it's part of like it's probably like the biggest group that puts on these races.
Yeah.
And outside of that, you have in these communities of color, in these black communities, all of these run crews that have really like brought their own flavor and style to running culture. And now what you're seeing is, you know, the fruits of their labor, where it's gone from being like this underground thing to where now I think this 2024 was like the year of running. I
Yeah.
feel like running was obviously like big, you know, before that, and a lot of people were into that, but like this was like the year that it took off and went mainstream. So this is a good moment for us to kind of peel back, because a lot of times, like within history, like a lot of times accomplishments of like black people, or when black people set the path, you know, you got people that like Elvis that come in, you
Mm.
know, and start stealing songs
My boy Chuck
from
Berry,
black
man.
artists. So what we're gonna do here is an opportunity for us to kind of be like, nah, some of these guys like Josh, we run Uptown, Goldfinger, like BX Endurance Runners, Black Girls Run. These clubs and crews have been around for a long time, and everybody knows me and Josh will be joking about the dating stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that does kind of take away sometimes from the real, true essence and history of like why these run clubs and these
Mhm.
communities were started, and making it seem like, you know, run clubs, of course, like it's great you can meet people, but you can meet, you know, a partner per se, but that isn't, you know, the genesis of how they were started. And you know, look at the clubs that are getting a lot of shine right now, and the ones that blew up this year. Go look and see. I'm not gonna name them, but go look and see what the people look like that attended to them. So we're gonna try and bring the attention back on to our people, because our people, you know, we started this. They started this, and they run this, and they've been doing it for a minute. So I'm excited to just give them, you know, the mic and allow them to cook. And I'm excited for you guys to hear and learn more about this New York run crew and run club culture and the great things that they're doing for their communities.
And for those people that are included, that's Josh Mock, who's the co-founder of We Run Uptown, a local group in Washington Heights that really is that is mainstream in their own right,
Yeah.
sponsored with Nike and does so many things for the community in Wash Heights in the upper side of Manhattan. We also have Jerry Francois, the founder of Goldfinger Track Club in Brooklyn. He's an amazing energy, and I think what he's going to bring to the panel is going to be such a interesting insight. And then we have two female groups as well, and leaders in the space of running as well, that lead some black led groups. That's Jack Gregg, who's a captain of Black Girls Run, also a runner coach for New York Road Runners, who is really going to be a seasoned vet in the game that's going to give you guys so much thought and insight that goes into running and crew culture. And we have Yasmin Rios, a captain of Bronx Endurance Runners, who's going to give us some insight from the Bronx. She may be wearing a Yankee hat, so Aaron, be a little bit scared because she may be coming at you. But
Hey,
Yasmin, I think, is going to be a crucial person to this program to really dive into the
Josh
training
a big
side of
Dodgers
it as
fan
well.
too. When I was he a big Dodger. I mean, he a big new. I'm sorry, Yankee fan.
Yankee
He a big
fan.
Yankee fan too. So I know he gonna be talking.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be hopefully the series ain't going south. The next on Friday, no series ain't going south. But yeah, it's all four of these individuals. Like you said, we giving them the mic, we letting them cook. Just gonna have a conversation, and this is our first time really titling it "Running for Culture." Even though if you go on the program, it's Two Black Runners Fireside Chat, but this is running for culture, something that we want to continue on doing down the line. We don't have to go super deep into it today, but running for culture is something where we want to connect four sides of the running community. Being here, doing this podcast for the past 4 years, and everything that we've been through, and where Aaron works and where I've worked as well in this industry, we've seen four sides. And what we really want to do is try and connect everything to try and push this sport forward and help it become mainstream. So that is the professional athletic side of it, just the sport of running in general, from high school, club, to professionals, to agents, everything that filters into that funnel. We have the running industry, that's retailers, brands, gurus, people that make bibs, all that is the running industry. And we have running media. That includes us, people to do podcasts, interviews, journalists, everything of that nature of running media, videographers. And then you kind of have the everyday hobby jogger runners that go out there, do it for the health and wellness and the benefit of their own selves. Everyday runners is also kind of like health and wellness too. But and those four of everyday runners, running media, running industry, and professional athletics, we want to try and combine all of those. And doing this type of event is one way to connect all of those 4 points. So we're so
Yeah,
happy to put on this event Friday, November 1st at the Citizen Stage at the New York City Marathon Expo. It's gonna be dope.
yeah, and the reason why we picked those four categories in general, of course, it's our lived experience, and the things our lived experience in terms of, like Joshua was saying, like, I work in the running industry. We both were athletes at 1.2. Now we're more experiencing it from like being like an everyday runner running for fun, and we're in that media space. And all four of those things, as a black person, if you're coming from the outside, you wouldn't think that there are people like you or opportunities for you within those pillars. But as we've gone further and further in this journey, we continue to find these amazing people in these industries, in these four pillars, that are doing great things for the community, and that have found, joy, have found friends, have found careers
Yeah.
um, within this. And I think we want to just continue to demystify the sport of running. And we also want to bring it back to track and field and those athletes, because we all can come and connect on this love for just general running. And then we also have these superstars in the sport. So slowly but surely, we want to bring that all together. And then also, we want to, provide a safe space for our people, within those four pillars, because that's something that we don't always have. But for anyone listening to this that thinks that there's not black people that are within running media, that run every day, you know, like, there are. We all know that there's athletes. We know for sure that
Yeah.
there's a ton of athletes, and they're the best of the athletes. But it's the same. We have some of the best people in the media aspect of it too. We have some of the best people creating these running communities, and even within the industry, there's CEOs of companies and people doing great things. So like you can do this. I want to, if anybody out there, if you think similar to us and you're Black, just know that there's a space for you out there, and you can do whatever it is that you want to do within this sport.
Absolutely. Very well said. Very well said. And I just feel like from the sport of running, just altogether, it's such a thing that is niche. It's such a thing that's can be overlooked, even cross country at the high school level. Something that's track and field at a high school level, something a sport that's super overlooked compared to any mainstream sport or the education of what really running takes and how running is really a skill and not just something that everyone's capable to do, but like you have to practice this skill. Um, Being that we're two black people doing it that who come from an ethnicity, a race, a culture that's been constantly overlooked, that's constantly been downtrodden. We feel that same pain as running, you know. So trying to lift that up any way we can and bolster that excitement for it because we know people love it. We know people want to be part of it. We know people love the culture of running and we want to give them a little bit of taste of that with these running for culture events that we've been doing like in the past, but now we're really branding it and going forward with everything. And me and Aaron, we're part of it, being a part of that example of those black individuals that can be running. We'll be running New York City Marathon on November 3rd, next Sunday. This Sunday, I should say. My first marathon, Aaron's second marathon. Aaron, how's training been going, bro? We're less than a week away. Everything, you good? I know it was kind of rocky in the beginning. You took like 3 weeks off like a month
Hey,
ago.
it was
Like,
two. It was two.
oh, it's
But
two.
yeah, it was a two. I ran like in a two.
What
I'm good though.
what's
Since
our
that
confidence
break,
level? What's your confidence level just in general? Like one to 10.
uh, one to out of one, my confidence level is like I know. I mean, I've done it before. I have that advantage of like I've done it before.
Yeah.
I know what it feels like, you know. So like I'm confident. Like I ran 3:10 out LA. You guys know the story. The cramps was crazy, but like I don't I don't know if my training. I had adversity in that build up and didn't train as hard as I should have as well then. But like if I'm being honest, I don't know. Like it's hard to say. Like I don't think I'm like that much more out of shape from back then, to be
Hmm.
honest. And like 3:10 wasn't really a good day for me.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I'm in a similar spot that I was going into LA. I've done a lot of like hilly long runs, which gives me confidence. But and I may just be delusional, you know.
Hmm.
But
Like LA.
I also just think that like LA was just I'm kind of feel like LA was a harder course than what I knew. I had no
Hmm.
idea, but like when I look at other courses and people were trying to tell me like, yeah, it's kind of like somewhat equivalent to Boston. So I'm kind of banking on that where I'm like, you know what? I think that course was actually way harder than what I thought. And people say New York is hard too,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think LA is kind of hilly, bro. Like it is decently hilly, and it's a lot of it's up. There's some uphill, but there's a lot of downhill that really kind of messes up your legs. So I'm like, man, I might go into this and be like, dang, like I'm feeling good, like you know,
Yeah.
and like I feel like I'm gonna run more pace. So I don't know. This week was okay. Like I kind of tacked off like 10 miles, but I was kind of just like, I'm kind of over this. I just want to get it done with. But like once I did my last like long run last week, I did like 17 up in the hills. And like after I did that, I was like, all right, like there's nothing else I can do at this point.
Yeah.
We have one more workout during that week, and then it's just like I know that my fitness is my fitness, whatever it is. So at this point, I'm excited to just go out there and have fun.
There you go. There you go. That's a good mindset to have. You said an eight?
You said
Or
what?
what did you say,
Yeah, like an
Scott?
eight, eight, nine. I mean, I have nothing that I'm scared about. Like
Okay.
I have
I'm
no
just saying, bro.
fear.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying I could even say a 10. I don't know. Like I just
Okay.
don't.
Okay, big
I'm
man.
just going. I don't feel no pressure. Like I'm just going out there to run. Like
All right, man.
I'm just gonna be eating a lot of goose. I am. I'm yeah. My main goal really is just not to cramp, but
Yeah.
like that might be something that's just not possible. Like I may cramp, just don't want to cramp as bad a cramp as I did at the previous marathon.
Yeah, I feel you. I think your mic just changed.
Yeah, here we go.
But for me, scale 1 to 10, I think I'm like at a 7.5. But that's really just because it's like my first one. So like I just don't know what to like, how am I gonna feel once I get to like mile 20, you
Not
know?
good.
But like, because
You're
I'm
not gonna feel
almost
good.
thinking like, man, do I need compression shorts? Because last time that I did 20 miles, like, bro, my quads were like kind of like they're kind of jiggling, kind of weird. I'm all like, do I need to keep like my quads together or something? But then I'm like, if I wear compression shorts and I wear a belt, like the belt that I got, that belt always goes up and down. So I'm like, that's gonna be
You're not
uncomfortable.
gonna. You gotta, bro. You gotta eat more. You gotta eat more nutrition. You're not gonna have a belt. What are you gonna carry? You're not
No, I
gonna
said
carry
I
nothing.
usually have a belt that it'll
Okay,
go up
okay.
and down. If I just wear compressions, like if I wear compressions, my belt would do that. Like if I wore
Mm.
compressions, but usually when I wear shorts, like my running shorts, it doesn't. So yeah, like I'm. But the past 2 weeks, bro, have low key been very chaotic for my running, like just in general. Because not this past Saturday, but last Saturday, I was like I did announcing at a cross country meet, so I was there all day. So I did my long run on a Friday and it just didn't go well because I did a mid long on Wednesday. And like it wasn't like super good. It was all right. And then this past week, like that trip to LA, like that messed up my running schedule too, because I like just took me out. And then my the workout I was supposed to do like the next day, like it was horrible because I was just like exhausted, bro, from doing all the interviews and driving and stuff. But like honestly, I'm pretty confident that like if I feel good, like I think I can run like 255.
Yeah, you're
Honestly,
gonna be
like
good, bro. You've been training. You're
like
gonna be
I'll
good.
see why I can't run 255. I think my biggest concern is just like, man, like what kind of shorts do I need to wear, and also and just like I want to make sure that I'm like hydrated and like
You
feeling
got.
good in New York,
Yeah,
because we're traveling. It would be different if we were just
yeah.
like
You're right.
in my own
Mhm.
bed and stuff, but it is a sort of a concern being your first one, like traveling across the country. It's a little bit different. It's a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
different.
No, it is. It is. Then that is a concern. Like for me, I'm going with Hoka, so like I do have some like I'm gonna have to do work
Yeah.
while I'm out there as well, which is kind of tough to balance. But this is what I'll say for you, and this is why I keep on. This is why I'm more confident because I did one, and I was like talking to Emma this week, and I was like, you know what, like when I did LA, bro, I did that by myself, bro. Like that literally, I was training by myself. Like I just literally just did that
Yeah.
by myself. I was on my phone doing goose. But the fact that we're gonna be running together is
True.
like really that's why my confidence. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna actually be running with somebody. I wasn't running. I had no one to run
Yeah.
with. I would just be running, and then I would start feeling good. I'd be like, let's go, let's go. I start yelling at people around me like, yeah, and start running fast. Like I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna be running with Joshua. Like that's gonna be super
No,
helpful. And I
honestly, it's
also,
gonna just feel like a long run because like I'm sure we're just gonna like talk to each
yeah,
other as we're
exactly, bro. So that's why I'm like,
but
dog,
it,
like,
but that is the mentality too. Like we're not racing. Like it's really like I'm just trying to break 3 hours, which isn't like a
no, you're just gonna feel
astronomical
things.
feat.
This
You know
is
what I
this is
mean?
one thing, bro. The whole race is just like you're just gonna be chilling. Like you're just gonna be going
Yeah.
long run, and then things are gonna start happening to your body. And you're gonna be like, oh, whoa, what's going on? Like that's literally what happened to me. I was like, bro, I was just on a long run, and then my body started doing weird stuff. I was like, whoa, what
Yeah.
the?
Actually, I don't know if I think I'm just gonna run in my the Hoka Skyward X's I already have. I don't
You're
think I
afraid
need
to switch it up?
yeah, I don't think I
Well,
don't want to switch.
dang. Well, I just got.
But
You
you can bring them
should.
if
I
you
mean,
want. You think those are good?
I just bought myself some new ones. I
Okay.
have those ones I already had. But my thing is, what I'm gonna do
That's good.
is mine are like I have white ones. Mine are so old, and I'm getting some new ones. But I'm gonna just wear them throughout the week. to break them in and do all of my
Yeah.
runs that week in them. That's what my plan was, to like make sure that they were broken in.
But I've been running in the Hoka. You think if I run in new Hoka Skyward X's, I don't think the first time I ran in them, I wasn't like super sore or nothing. But I don't know.
Nah, I think you'll be fine. As long as you
Bring
I think
them,
as
bring
long
them.
as we break them in that week, like we walk around like running them, we're gonna be there early ahead
Yeah.
of it. I mean, shoot, if there was a way I could send you the, yeah, I can't really get you the ones that I have here.
Nah,
So
it's
you're
cool.
not
It's
gonna be able
cool.
to get into them till Wednesday. But
It's
still,
cool.
like
Yeah, yeah. It'll work
I'll
out.
bring them, just bring both and then see how you feel.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna be chilling, bro. Like, to be honest, the fact that we're running together is a huge advantage. And also, I'm really hoping that like one of the home I feel like the time we're trying to run, a lot of our like friends run those like a Jared or like Tommy or just like I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of people running between trying to just run like 250s that we know from the running world. And I'm excited to see like who just ends up like, hopping in our group.
Yeah. I'm not trying to run like 6:30 though until like after mile 18.
Shoot. Yeah. I think my thing,
Like I'm trying to stay like 6:45s.
yeah, I'm cool with that.
Not
I
not
don't want
me
to
not me
go,
trying to stay 6:45s, but you feel me? Like if I go
yeah.
fast, I want it to be
I don't
6:45.
want to go faster than 6:45, 6:40.
Yeah.
In the That was my thing. Cause I was like, okay, when I get out there, maybe I'm just gonna feel good. But I'm like, just try not to go faster than 6:40. Like just be chill. Cause I wanna have some left when we get to 20 and 18, like I just wanna like be
Because
able to push.
when we get to Central Park, bro, it's gonna be hard. Like, cause I remember doing when I did that 5K, the rapid dash to finish, bro. Like when you get to Central Park, you're running uphill. Like you're finishing up. Like that part's gonna be the end's gonna be hard. It's gonna be low key the
It's
hardest.
just, bro, I think what really got, I mean, that's how LA was. You finished uphill, but I think
Yeah.
what really got
True.
me
True.
at New York, this is the things that I think got me in LA. One, I've noticed I sweat so much. So, and I think that's why I just get dehydrated. So I
Or like
need like,
after mile 10, you're probably done sweating.
yeah, and it's just like I need salt to like, you know, to stay hydrated. I think that got me. But I think another reason I cramped so bad, I didn't train in the CLX ones enough.
Yeah.
And like that shoe is like really aggressive. And I think that played a big factor into like why I like cramped, why my cramps like started on
Yeah, I
top of
think
like
so.
your body just being broken down.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why like I'm feeling confident because I'm like, okay, I've been practicing my nutrition. I've been doing hills and like I've been running in the Skyward X consistently. So like maybe some of those, and I think the LA course is kind of hard. So I'm like, maybe this is gonna feel easier than
Yeah.
than
Good.
last time. That's all I'm
Good.
thinking.
Good.
I
Or
could be
you
lying to myself though,
or you may
but
have to poop with a mile left to go. And have to make a decision.
bro, I had no bathroom issues last time. I've been practicing, but hey man, if
That's
it's
another fear of
between,
mine too. I don't want to be mile 16 and be all like, bro, Aaron, I gotta go to this porta potty, bro. Or because I'm not gonna go to the porta potty. That's gonna be my first option is be like, bro, I gotta go to your restroom. And then like mile 18 comes and be like, bro, like I don't know if I can make it. Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know. I had no, not, I never felt like I had to do a number two, so
yeah.
I'm not really worried. I didn't. It's like, yeah. I guess my only other concern is I haven't even looked at all into how to get to like the
Oh yeah,
start.
no,
I don't
you,
know any
bro.
of those details, but I know that's a whole ordeal. But like at the end, all in all, I'm looking forward to it. I know I'm gonna see a bunch of people on the course that are really rooting for us. Like I'm gonna see people out to this podcast. We're gonna run past. We run uptown. It's gonna be lit. They're gonna be Hoka people out. Like I'm excited to interact with like everyone around me. That probably played into me getting cramps last time too, is that I was just talking too much during the race.
Possibly,
But
possibly.
hey, man, I'm here for a good time, bro.
All right, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Remember November 1st, if you're in New York City, Hey, pull up on us. Pull up on us. November 1st at the Javins Center, I believe it's called, at the New York Marathon City Expo. 7 p.m., November 1st, Friday, Running for Culture, two Black runners, fireside chat. Meet
Come
us
through.
there. Four amazing guests who are leaders in the New York City running community, having a deep, thoughtful conversation about the culture of running, how it connects to Blackness, and just how running has become mainstream and how it's affected their own clubs just in general. It's going to be an amazing conversation, an amazing night. And I think it's also nice because it's on Friday. So it's not the next day you have to run 26.2. So you can chill a little bit. You feel me? So yeah, excited for that.
We'll share our numbers so you guys could track us,
Yeah,
during the marathon. And I think we're gonna get that panel recorded, right? So
I
everybody
believe so.
back at home y'all could listen in on that when that drops the following Tuesday. We'll
Oh
have
no,
that.
no, don't make those promises like that, bro.
I don't know, but yeah,
I mean,
yeah, whenever it drops, we'll have it so you guys can follow along. But again, thank you to everyone here that listens and support, and I appreciate everyone's like how excited you guys were to see us on this stage. And sometimes I feel like I like even don't even understand like how big a deal it is. It
yeah,
is, like regardless of how many people listen or to this podcast or follow us on Instagram, it's like, bro, this is the New York Marathon, and
BCS.
this is the biggest marathon in the world, and we're gonna be on that stage representing our culture, and I was, yeah, man, I don't want to go too deep, but I was like thinking about this the other day, talking with Emma just about like history and how important just history is. And it's like history can be really messed up by a few people, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So like the fact that we're gonna have this platform to speak on, this history within the running world and to highlight these people is super important. And to be able to do it at New York, super grateful for that. So shout out to New York Roadrunners for getting this set up. Shout out to all the crews that are willing to participate. And like Joshua said, this is just the beginning for running for culture. There's going to be we have so many ideas on like where we can take this, I don't know, program, if you want to call it. So yeah, man. 2025 is going to be a good year, but we ending out 2024 strong. We ending off with a
bang,
marathon. So see
with a
y'all
bang,
there.
with a bang. See y'all Friday. Let's get it.